Hey everybody, Ron Bielefeld, Whistling Wings Photography. Hey, I get the pleasure of doing another video and talking to you again. So welcome. Hey, this video is about my Montana tour. It's kind of the showcase of the images, things we saw, images we were able to capture. And yeah, so I like doing these kind of videos after tours. And if you're interested in doing my Montana tour, coming on along to this awesome place I go in Montana where basically nobody else goes, check out my website, www.whistling-wingsphotography.com, and go to multi-day tours, and you can see that I have a Montana tour for 2027 posted there. I only take 3 people. It's kind of an exclusive tour. You don't take an army out there and tromp around. I take 3 people for a week, go to this awesome place. It's about the whole experience of being kind of disconnected for a week, taking pictures at your leisure, enjoying the unbelievable environment that is the valley that I go to. So hey, if you're interested, it fills up pretty quick. I haven't announced it yet. This is the first mention of my 2027 Montana tour. So if you're interested, it fills up pretty quick with only 3 people going. Okay. Also in this video, I want to talk about these right here. They're waders made by a company called TideWe. There you go, waders. Okay, waders. But they're not chest-high waders. They're waist-high waders. And that's what I want to talk about. I wear waders a lot. When I do my tours, like my Kingfisher tour, I wear waders. My Montana tour, I wore these for the entire week. We walk through tall grass that's wet in the mornings, through shallow wetlands. I wear waders a lot. So I'm always looking for new waders that function better. Chest-high waders have their place, but I was looking for something that felt and wore more like pants, wader pants. Waist-high, easy to hike in, walk long distances like in Montana. We walk up to 4 miles a day. You don't want big bulky waders, up to here. These are waist high. They do come with suspenders and things like that, but I didn't want those. TideWe made it great. You could take them right off without really doing anything, the suspenders. So I wore them just like pants. They have integrated boots. These are insulated, which was nice out there because 7,200 feet, even in June, it got down below freezing at night. It was cold in the mornings. That was nice. They have built-in pockets on the side like your pants do that are zippered and waterproof. These things are built really, really well. We'll talk about them more, but I love them for how they fit me more like pants. Easy to hike in, easy to photograph in. Hey, if you're looking for waders or any other kind of stuff like that, and I'm sure a lot of you wear waders when you do, or boots, or need waterproof pants or something like that. These kind of serve as both. Go here. I'll have the website up there. And hey, you get 18% off with this code that I'm showing if you purchase off of my video here. So anyway, yeah, tours I do. Hey, coming up, barred out. Right, first, swallowtail kites coming right up, then barred owls, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, a little bit into March, belted kingfisher, stuff like that. Do a lot of tours here in Florida. I do multi-day tours, Costa Rica. Hey, I'm going to have 3 tours in Costa Rica this year, so check that out. www.whistling-wingsphotography.com for all my tours. Would love to have you along. So let's get into the video. This video is about my Montana tour. Kind of the showcase, like I said. Welcome to Montana, everybody. One of my favorite places to shoot in the world, really. We started out this tour finding some ruddy ducks the first evening, and these guys recording the females. For those of you who know me, you know I love ducks. Ruddy ducks here doing their courtship. They inflate air sacs in their chest to basically make their courtship more attractive to females, and it results And all of those bubbles that you see, it's almost like an ultrasonic low frequency. It's pretty amazing. And photographing these guys rushing, two males oftentimes will rush each other. So that's what I captured here. So really a fun time with these birds. In this same location, we also had some western grebes, and this is somewhat of a rare thing in this area. But obviously you take them when you get them, and the light was beautiful toward the end of the evening, and we were able to get some really nice shots of this species. Long-billed curlews, one of my favorite species to photograph in the valley, and they were pretty abundant this year, even though it was fairly dry in the valley this year. And this guy, of course, is preening, and it was pretty windy when we found these birds. But love to get flight shots, but this year didn't have a lot of opportunity with these birds flying. They nest in the valley just about every year, and they are a shorebird, but they nest in the upland grasslands. Another species of shorebird is the American avocet. Great opportunity with this species this year, and watching these birds forage and photographing them while they're doing so, I don't know, it's just amazing. Their colors this time of year, we get them here in Florida in the wintertime, but obviously they don't have their breeding colors like these birds do during the spring nesting season. One of the cool things about shorebirds, these longer-billed birds, they probe a lot of times. Avocets don't do it, but the curlews do. Things like, you'll see some willets coming up here, they do. They probe into the soil to find their food. And you wonder, even though they can probe way down there, how do they open their beak wide enough when it's basically constricted by all the soil? Well, they don't open their whole beak. They have an ability called Distal Rhynchokinesis, and it's where they can open just the very tip of their beak, independent of opening their whole beak or their whole mouth. It's really a cool process, and you can watch birds closely, long-billed shorebirds, for example, and you can see them do this even when they're not feeding. So it's pretty cool to watch. Slowed this video footage down of this avocet just so you can see these guys are pretty efficient. Every time they dip their beak, they generally find something to eat. Back to some ducks here. Cinnamon teal. Don't have those here in Florida very often. We do get a rare cinnamon teal show up here in the wintertime, but it is rare. Out west in Montana, they breed here, and I always look forward to finding these birds when I'm in the valley. Sunrise situation. Flight shots of ducks, always something I'm after. And to get cinnamon teal in flight, especially the males. Trumpeter swans. Don't find those in Florida. And so finding trumpeter swans, I've been able to photograph them when I'm in Montana, is always a priority. Here we, on this tour, we had a great opportunity, several opportunities to photograph trumpeter swans. This is the male taking off. Males are called cobs and females are called pens. This is the pen of the pair with their two cygnets. What a special opportunity to be able to spend time with a family of trumpeter swans on this tour. Swans are different than geese. Geese are grazers. They graze in upland areas. Swans are completely different. They are almost 100% aquatic foragers, finding their food in the water, mostly vegetation. And this is really an important consideration when you think about where these birds have to go to find food. They have to have open water at all times, so they must migrate or find areas that stay open all the time in order for them to find the food that they need. Here the female, the pen, is bringing up vegetation from deep down in the water so that her cygnets can feed on it. So next, we found some Wilson's phalaropes, a bird that's fairly common in the valley when you can find water, and it was really dry this year. They had very little snow. The thing about phalaropes is they're different than many other birds. Most birds, the male is the colorful one and the female is the drab one in the breeding season, but phalaropes are opposite. So this is actually the female that you're looking at here, and that is the male, the drabber one, because the male does all of the incubation. Again, female here, and the drabber one, the male. Now the cool thing about phalaropes is that they tend to forage by spinning in circles. By spinning in circles, they create a vortex which brings up food from deeper in the water so that they can forage more efficiently. And the neat thing about phalaropes is they tend to be right or left spinners. They don't spin, each individual spins one direction primarily. And this is really important in the sense that when they're in a group, like these two are close together, you notice that they're both spinning counterclockwise. And this is important. Birds tend to gravitate to foraging next to the birds that spin in the same direction they do, so they don't creep over and start hitting each other. Cool things that happen here with birds. Willets. Willets here in Florida, very prevalent in the winter time, but they're very drab looking. In the summer, in the spring, when they're breeding, they're much more patterned and a really beautiful bird. And tried some black and white on this picture. Cool thing about the willets we found this year, they were nesting, of course, and they were bringing the chicks off their nests, and we happened to be there when one of the females came off the nest and beckoned her chicks across the pond to go forage for the first time, so we were able to get some video and pictures of their chicks leaving the nest. Mallards, they're ducks. Here in Florida, I don't like mallards because they interbreed with our mottle ducks, which is a real problem. But hey, in Montana, mallards are perfectly welcome to be there in the sense that they're native to these areas. This female had her ducklings, 8 ducklings, which was it's always fun to find ducklings. Blue-winged teal, get a lot of blue-winged teal here in Florida, but generally they don't look this nice because we have them in the winter. And here we have them in the spring. The males are just plumed out to the max, which is so much fun to see and photograph. Green-winged teal as well this year. Most of the green wings we saw were very early in the morning. We were able to get some decent opportunities with this species. White-faced ibis. Here in Florida we have glossy ibis, very similar looking species. These birds were in breeding condition and look like flying oil slicks, really. Redneck grebes. On the lake we stay on, there's generally a pair or 2 or 3 of redneck grebes. We saw them again this year. Killdeer. Killdeer are actually shorebirds, right? We see them in parking lots and stuff like that, kind of weird. Yellow-headed blackbirds. And then common mergansers. These birds are usually gone by the time I arrive to lead my tours in this area of Montana, but this year they were still around, so I was really excited to be able to get some decent images and video of common mergansers. This is the female on the right, this is the male. Mountain bluebirds, one of my favorite species to photograph in the valley. Such a beautiful bluebird species. The male is just blue. The female's got a lot of blue on her too, actually. We were able to find several cavities where these birds were nesting, and we spent 2 mornings actually photographing this pair. They had chicks in the nest, so they were busy bringing food back and forth, both the male and the female, to the cavity to feed their chicks. Took advantage of that. Getting these small birds in flight, always a challenge. We had great light in the mornings on this tour. Hey, we had great weather in general on this tour. One of the best weeks of weather I've ever had in the valley. All sorts of different prey, insects, caterpillars, stuff like that coming in. We were hoping that the chicks would fledge while we were there, but they didn't, so we didn't have any opportunities to get the parents feeding the fledglings out in the open. Western tanagers, one of our most beautiful songbirds in North America, really, I think. And the lighting we had on this particular bird where it perched, this is natural. There's no vignetting applied to these images. It was just an amazing spot that bird perched. Ruby-crowned kinglets, one of the tougher birds to photograph, because those of you who tried to photograph kinglets know these birds never sit still. But we had some really good opportunities, and actually I was able to get some decent pictures of this species for once. We found a cavity for northern flickers. I only was able to capture the female. The male wasn't coming and going from the cavity very often at this point in time. I don't know, maybe a typical male shirking his duties, his parental duties, but the female was very, very attentive. Flickers are super wary. We were in a blind. You had to be in a blind, or these birds would not come and go from their cavity. They are one of the most wary birds that I've ever really tried to photograph. You can see how long it took this female to finally enter her cavity. The white material the female is carrying when she exits the cavity is a fecal sac from the chicks. When chicks defecate, their fecal material is contained within a membrane called a fecal sac. It allows the female to clean the nest easily, keeps the nest from getting overrun with fecal material, attracting predators and things like that. Green-tailed towhees, a common bird in a lot of places out west, but not so common where we are in this valley. Really happy to find a few. White-crowned sparrows, of course, very common here, but always fun to photograph, as are the yellow warblers, very common. Actually got one catching a bee. American goldfinches. There's a lot of them around. Believe it or not, it's the first year I got a picture of one there. McGillivray's warblers. One of the harder birds to get out in the open for me in the past. Been doing a lot better in recent years on this species, and again this year we had some great opportunities to photograph this species. These are willow flycatchers. A lot of flycatchers in the valley, several different species. Dusky flycatcher, olive-sided flycatcher, red-naped sapsuckers, another species of woodpecker. Used to be very abundant in this area, but the number of natural cavities has diminished, so we weren't seeing as many. Song sparrows, very common. This one was foraging at the edge of the wetland, which I thought was neat. Great catbird. Audubon's warbler. Yellow-rumped warbler. One of my favorite birds in the valley, sage thrashers, always happy to sing for us. Lazuli buntings. First time I photographed this bird in the valley. Dark-eyed junco. This is the Oregon group, pink-sided junco. And then a few mammals to round it out, pronghorns, and a moose charging through a river. Okay, so there you go. Montana 2026. Overall, it was really dry. It's been dry out west, and there wasn't a lot of water. And water in the valley where we go is really important. Adds diversity, adds different species of birds. We were able to find some water in some of those water-based birds like avocets and things like that. But it was really dry. I really hope they get some precipitation this summer through the fall, and especially snow in the wintertime, so that next year there's better water in the valley. Everything will benefit from that. But you can see what an unbelievable place this is. Some really cool opportunities for photography. So again, if you want to go on my 2027 tour to Montana, check it out on my website, www.whistlingwingsphotography.com. If you got any questions, hey, you can just email me directly at ron@whistlingwingsphotography.com. So until next time, I hope you have great light. Hope you're getting great images. Be safe out there. I'll see you soon.